An item on your homeowner's insurance policy is called Coverage C. It could also be listed as household personal property or unscheduled personal property. So, what exactly is Coverage C? It's everything inside your house. It's all your belongings, your furniture, your clothes, your dishes, your toys. One way to think about it is if you sold your house and moved, everything that you would pack up in a box and take with you would be considered your household personal property. Another way to think of it is if you took your house off its foundation, flipped it up in the air, flipped it upside down, and shook it, everything that would fall out would be considered your household personal property. So here's some examples of what would be considered household personal property. So keep in mind that when you have a loss, the insurance company is going to ask you to make a list of all the items so that they can determine a value to pay your claim from. It's a good idea to take pictures, take a video, or do some sort of inventory at least once a year of everything in your home. I've had people say, I'm a very organized person. Everything has its place in my house and I know exactly where everything is. I will remember that all no problem. The problem is when you have a major loss, such as a house fire or a tornado, you are under a tremendous amount of stress. You've got a lot of things to deal with at that time, and you are not going to remember everything that was in your house. So just remember, taking pictures, taking a video, doing some sort of inventory can help you at least jog your memory, remind you of a few things to help you at that time, but it's really important that you keep those videos, those photos, those lists away from your home so that they are protected and you can get to them. Your insurance policy is going to give you an automatic amount as part of your homeowner's package. It's a percentage of your dwelling value. It's anywhere between 50 and 80%. That percentage is going to vary by insurance carrier and by insurance policy type. That sounds like a high dollar amount, but if you think about if you had to go to the store and buy everything again at full retail price, not shopping sales, just I need everything right now today, is that really enough? So here's an example. If your dwelling or house is insured for $250,000, your insurance company and your policy type gives you 70% for your contents. That's going to give you $175,000. Can you go to the store and buy everything to furnish your house again? Replace all your clothes, your toys, your tools, your decor for that amount? And that answer is going to vary person by person. If you're the type of person that just has average furnishings, average clothes, average pots and pans, maybe that's enough. But if you sit back and say, you know what, I have all designer clothes, I have all designer couches and end tables and TVs and really expensive pots and pans and knife sets, maybe that percentage is not quite enough for you. And that's okay because all you need to do is talk to your agent and tell them that you want to buy more coverage for your household personal property, and they can do that for you. So aside from the percentage that you get with your Coverage C, there's also another limit within the policy that's called special limits. That's going to reduce how much coverage you have on certain items. In a standard homeowner's policy, here are a few examples. We only pay $250 for cash, gold, silver, coins, or gift cards. $1,500 on letters of credit, manuscripts, tickets, or stamps, so something of value that's on paper. $1,500 on watercraft, trailers, furnishings, and equipment. $1,500 if the loss is by theft for jewelry, watches, precious and semi-precious stones. $2,500 if the loss is by theft for firearms and their related equipment, so like the scopes and the ammunition. $1,500 for collectibles and fine arts. And $10,000 on lawn, garden, and utility tractors. So when we kind of went through this list, if you were surprised and said that's not enough, every policy has some flexibility with that. There's different endorsements that your agent can add that maybe increase that limit. There's different packages that increase those limits. So these limits may not be exactly what's on your policy, but it's something you should be looking at and seeing exactly what the limit is on your policy. Once you see that, if you still say that's not enough, you need to talk to your agent about what particular items you're concerned with, and they can advise you on other ways to insure them for their full value. For example, watercraft. If $1,500 is not enough, they can look at putting your boat, trailer, and equipment on a recreational vehicle or a boat insurance policy so that it's insured for its full value. Things for jewelry, watches, the stones, the firearms, those can all go on another policy or a rider called an inland marine rider so that you can insure them for more perils, but also their full value. Same thing with collectibles and fine arts. And then the lawn, garden, or utility tractors. If you live out in the country and you maybe have a utility tractor that is not only your lawnmower, but it has a blade to plow your driveway and it's got equipment on the back to till up your garden, you can look at putting that on a separate policy or insuring it a separate way so that it's insured for its full value. Again, these things are going to vary by policy, but take a look at what you have and then talk to your agent about if you need to address any of these issues in another way.